Okay, this video is on caching. When we learn how to cache, you didn't put all your eggs in one basket. But Ivar up in Alaska, and I do believe it is
Evasion, Alaska.
Evasion and Survival Alaska, or just plain Evasion Alaska. When I get home, I'll correct it. I'm giving him props out for coming up with a term called the spider web caching technique. And I was always been doing it. I just didn't. We didn't never had a word for it. But he coined the phrase, and it makes perfect sense. And this is basically how it works for all you serious people that are, oh, this shit's too heavy. You got to have this, which is true. And me, I'm like, well, I'd rather have it and not need it versus need it and not have it. So basically, everybody's got their bug out location, or shit happens, or whatever you want to call it. Even if it's a place that you always go camping, but you got a small vehicle and you ain't got room for all the food, you can cache stuff. Everything stays cool if you do it right. 5-gallon buckets, boom. Got a video on that too. So what you do, say here, this is our place that we get to, right? Our little camp spot where if things go good. And a smart person has a bunch of these goddamn things. Because some asshole might come in, I'm going to squat here, or whatever, and then you can go and pull up your caches later. So basically, this is your spot. How you get there is whatever. I don't want to know. That's up to you. But say this is your point of, your area of operation is this big fucking area, right? The place that you go play, camp, practice your skills, or if worst case scenario, this is where we're hoping we can start over, or a place to run to, regroup. Your fallback point, call it whatever the fuck you want. Okay, so you get in there, boom. Whether it's right in the middle, over here, however your location is. All the terrains are different. Once you get here, okay, hypothetical scenario. You escape with just the clothes on your back, and a sidearm or whatever you want your everyday carry. Me, I wouldn't come home. But most people that take this shit serious, yeah, it's better to have it. And like the old Boy Scout motto, like I said, I will repeat things to get it through your noggin. So wherever your is, basically what we would do, say this is how we did it. We never throw it out. We just always don't keep your eggs in one basket. Okay, but you got to have a point to start from. So you'd have, cache here. Say, cache here. Well, hey, why is it there's a cache there when you're coming in this way, Coming in this way. But you always want to have different ways of coming in. But every place that you have is going to have a main dirt road. Okay, like here in Washington, we got logging roads left and right, but then we got these things called skidder roads along mountains. Okay, smart person would find a nice skidder road and go, hey, So hypothetically, this is how like when we come into where we play, it's your main dirt road. We camp on the skidder roads, which are nice, and normally they're flat. And it's kind of, you'll know a good skidder road is you'll have it'll come in and it kind of has a circle where the skidders can turn around. So basically you get in here, right? You got cache here, cache way over here, everywhere, and I never realized that's what we were doing, was creating this spider web. See, because anywhere you go, boom, you're hitting something, you're hitting something, you're hitting something. Hitting something, almost like a spoke in a wheel, right? And then figuring, if you're doing, say, this is 10 mile square area, or 5, or even a mile, and if you can't do the 5-gallon ones, you can only do paint cans. Okay, say these X's here are 5-gallon buckets, right? 5-gallon bucket, the way you pack it right, being a woman, hell, we can pretty much almost live close to a month if we're not doing strenuous shit. Okay, so you got 5-gallon buckets on the outer perimeter. And then if you do, say, little fucking paint cans, 1-gallon ones, extra mags, little top ramen, little boo-boo kit, little, who knows, maybe a little smoke, a little smoky. whatever you need to calm your fucking nerves. The more, you know, it's like knowledge. The more knowledge you have, the less you got to carry. The more caches you have, the less you got to carry. Okay, and if you do the cache right and place it right, the food ain't going bad. The gear ain't gonna go bad. And it's like insurance. Some people go, here, I'm gonna trust this stranger to, you know, give him money and hope to God if I get into an accident, he's gonna pay me back. This, you're taking back the responsibility to yourself. You do a little here, a little there. Okay, so you have one paint can. Remember, outer perimeter. That's your big ones. Inner perimeter, you know, little paint cans. What we used to use back in the day was fucking old coffee cans when they first came out plastic. Those things were, yeah. And then coat them in, you know, like some creosote or coat them in grease. Back in the day when, you know, you go, because Washington, you live by Fort Lewis, McCord, they pretty much gave that grease away. You coat that shit and then put it in a garbage bag, nothing's getting into it. So, here you got another one. Okay, boom. You know what I'm saying? It's starting to look like a damn spider. Because you got one circle, two circle. Say you're, you know, and that's why I'm saying I'm giving him props for the concept of the spider, because eventually it does look like a damn spider. Even if your main thing's over here, it still branches out. You know, it looks like a spider in the corner. But I'm using in the circle as a preference. So basically, say you're here. Okay, you wake up the next morning, oh, fuck. I got some motherfuckers trying to come after my ass. They're doing the same thing, but they knew, hey, that crazy prepper down the road, we followed his ass. We were just, you know, a couple hours behind him. We have an idea where he's at. We're driving down the road. We seen his vehicle. Oh, shit. You know, and that's another thing you have to worry about. But then again, you can also flip that. Come on in, little fly, said the spider. Now you'll, whatever is mine, because you had do unto others as others do unto you. Get that concept? That's why I say everybody should be fucking armed, educated. That way we're all nice to each other. So, basically, say you're here, and you got all your caches, right? I know it's not pretty. Suck it up. But you get the concept. So if you had to do a E&E out of this main area, yet again, boom, you can go here, 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 wherever. But your small little cans, you're gonna know, okay, that's just little pissant shit. You know, and you don't make it elaborate. You make all your caches basically the same, so you know what's what. You know, a little ammo, extra ammo here, da 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 da. So if you only had, say you had to get here, but boom, you're going here, and you know, in these little paint cans, you got a couple of fucking mags, or maybe you had them over here. You'll know which way to go. Okay, so basically you're going a mile to hit something to reload, and then you go, okay, I'm topped off. Now I'm going to my major cache, and I will fight to defend this. And then you can just keep working your way, zigzagging, boom, boom. You know, see what I'm saying? It starts looking like a spider web. So, and a serious individual that looks at this is going, I'd rather have it and not need it. Your spider web is gonna how you want it. I'm just giving you an idea.
Dog, it's okay. So I have a question. So like in your little paint can ones, you can put ammo, things to continue a firefight if you need it, and then some food to get you to your bigger cache.
Yeah, it's basically just like stopping off grabbing a burger.
Okay.
Because you got to figure however far it is between here and there, the stress is it's gonna eat at you.
Yeah.
You're gonna be running on adrenaline, but once you're like, oh, I'm fucking hungry,
right,
and it calms your nerves. At the same time, having these caches in a bad situation gives you a little bit of home.
A little bit of hope.
Yeah, a little bit of hope, and it also goes, I took back my responsibility of taking care of myself and whoever's with me. And that's the whole thing. And that's what they call part of those checks and balances that as American you're supposed to do. And that's why I look at this, why the government's doing everything they're doing, because too many denied their responsibilities. And went, oh, it's easier to go along to get along, but then realizing, wait a sec, the motherfucker raped us.
Yeah. So all your caches don't have to be the same, but you can have, like you were saying, the outer ones
Mhm.
can be ammo, and then you know if you run in this direction, you have food. This direction would be clothing,
Yeah.
more food.
That's what I'm saying. I'm giving you an
Okay.
idea. You do it for how
However
you
you.
want to do it, how it'll best suit you. I mean, you could even have it a cache along these roads.
Yeah.
But this is just a main place. This is like, okay, this is my bug out location. I'm going here when all hell breaks loose, and I want to be left the fuck alone because everybody else is doing the same fucking thing. But I ain't, I wasn't a government ass kisser and sucked up to them and getting a damn paycheck.
You don't want to keep everything in one
Yeah.
area
Yeah, so
in
like-
case somebody else lands there.
And the thing is say there was a forest fire,
Oh, yeah.
if I did these right and placed them right,
It'd go right over it.
yeah, it'd go right over it. So look for like the, creeks, streams, rivers, and bury it deep enough.
Because then it's always cold and wet.
Yeah.
Cool and wet. I
Yeah,
should
some of the
say.
stuff might melt. You might have a smoky flavor. But it's one of those things that you hope and pray, just like insurance. Just like fucking everything and anything in life. There's no guarantees.
Yeah.
But it makes you feel better that, hey, at least I tried. That's when you can look at the credit and go, hey, I tried. How about a
Yeah.
little help? But here's another thing too is, say you only got one area that's only 1 square mile that you can bug out. But there's another one way over here that you can do. Another one over there. Okay, you can leapfrog.
Mm.
Or you can bounce back and forth. But just always remember that, well, I had to bug out once, I might have to do it again. So you stay light.
Yeah.
Tight and light. And it sucks, and you'll learn from different things, what does and what doesn't. Now, like I said, I've been doing this for years. I got caches everywhere in different states.
So worst case, you could have along your road, especially if you have family, kids, and whatnot.
Yeah.
You could have small paint cans along here to
Yep.
keep kids and everybody happy with like little bits of food and whatnot that you would
things.
need. That would, home life's not that bad until you get to here,
Yeah.
and then you
It builds up hope for the kids. Okay,
Yeah.
Dad's getting us the fuck out of here. Yeah, we thought he was crazy as a loon, but shit did happen. Oh my God, they're panicking.
or even a wife that doesn't
Yeah.
support it.
It's like, here, boom, we just pulled it off the main road. We're hitting the dirt road. But hold on, honey. Here's 5 minutes later. Here's some chocolate. Shut the fuck up. Leave me the fuck alone. Don't take it personal.
Yeah.
And I guarantee she'll suck your dick. But that's another thing. That's why I'm saying these videos are 18 and over. You think about everybody. Calm the nerves.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be stressed too.
And it brings peace. It
And
does.
Yeah, and then it goes, so basically somehow someone put us into the situation. Now I'm really pissed off because now I'm fighting for that chocolate bar or that bag of gummy bears because
Yeah.
my woman's pissed.
That can of Coke.
Yeah. Whatever, even, for like the kids, get them involved. We're playing hide and seek, caching, geocaching. And it's one of those things, you don't brag about it. You just tell the kids, this is one of those things that hope to God we don't need it. And they'll understand.
Yeah. So you would have this one here, and then if you could have another one somewhere over here, in another area, and do the same type of caching.
Doing the same thing. But at the same time, while you're doing these caches, build what they call temporary shelter. But make sure it is irregular. Use the bliss. Blend in, low, irregular, shape and size. Say, smart thing to do is you got one thing right here. Okay, this is where we have to bug out. We're going to be sent tents, do that, blah, blah, blah. But then I got another one just in case something happens. But in between, somewhere along here, I'm going to build a little goddamn shelter that's going to blend in. Honey, kids, stay here. I'm going to this one. Our luck is just not working out right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's covering all your bases. At the same time, it lets them other people know that want to cause all the bullshit. Well, if you want to play, then we'll play. I don't want to, but hey, you forced my hand. That's being an American. Or as somebody I know who's a Brit who goes, you bloody colonials. Stuff it, you English dry bastard.
Oh, don't get on our favorite.
But I love
Brit.
them. Huh?
Our favorite Brit.
Yeah. And then, okay, with caching, like buckets, everybody, oh, they're expensive. Yeah, I know, everything's gone through the roof. Okay, buckets, reiterate, you can go to any kind of fast food place, pickle buckets, mayonnaise buckets, whatever comes in, food grade buckets, all you got to do is wash them out. Real easy, you know. Dawn dish soap works wonders. There you go. The smell to get pickles out, the only thing I've noticed is add a little bleach to the water and then rinse it out and let it sit in the sun for about 24 hours or longer to get rid of it. Awesome does work really wonders too. But a lot of it is airing it out, you know. But a little pickle smell ain't gonna hurt nothing because you got it for free versus spending, you know, I've seen them go anywhere from $6 to $12 for one bucket. And then the lids, $5 a lid. Okay, and that's another thing too, is a lot of these buckets you can reuse them, and like I showed in my video how to do it, layering with plastic bags, because the elements will eat those plastic bags before they eat your bucket. The lids, yeah, you get the best that you can get, and that's what you want because that's your worst thing. Oh yeah, Salvation Army, Goodwill, garage sales.
Yeah, any thrift store.
As long as the bucket,
sales.
you can grab it and bend it and and it doesn't crack, you're good. You know, they also work good as chairs, you know, when you need to. And then, oh God, what else? And I'll give props again to Ivar up north, you know. Like I said, we always just did it, just didn't realize that's what we were doing, was building a spider web. But he can't coin the phrase, so, you know. Another person who's serious about this with the attitude, I hope to God I don't need to, but hey, I got it.
I like watching Ivar.
Yeah, he's a cool dude. But other than that, yeah. Like I said, what works here, where I'm at, might not work where you're at. You know, you might be in the desert, you know, but there's things to do it. That is your prerogative to figure out what works best in your area.
Yeah.
Just vice versa, you know, what works in mine, you know. And trust me, I've been doing this for years. And I've done it in many different states. And I've taught many people how to do this shit. Now I'm making videos on doing it. So, anything other than that? Did we leave anything out?
I don't think
Like I said,
so.
this is stuff second nature to me, and I'm like, here.
You know,
Explaining is one thing, but actually going, okay, guys, this is how we're doing it. This, follow what I'm doing, watch, and then now you do it. Got the cash. Now we're going to go and cash them.
I know. I'm trying to think of questions that I had in the beginning when we got together and first.
Yeah, but now you're doing it.
I
You're like,
got
oh, okay.
introduced to it. So.
And basically do as much as you can, but have fun with it. Get the kids involved. Get your woman involved. And if your woman's not on board, that's when you're going to have a hard decision. Because if something did happen, you're going to have to look at her. She's going to be an anchor holding you down. Your kids, same way. And I know it's a hard choice. I had to deal with my family. And it's like, hey, you know, the wee ones, you just say, here's a coloring book. You're along for the ride.
The wee ones are a little easier
Yeah.
to get involved and learn and stuff because you can make it fun. But if your significant other isn't into it and like hardcore pushing against you,
you're gonna have
then you're gonna
hard
have
choice.
a hard decision to make because that's gonna be somebody that's gonna buck against you when the time comes, if the time comes.
Or possibly turn you in. But then on the flip side, if you're able to do it behind her back, when it does happen, or if it does happen, and then you're like, here, come on, we're going to do all this cash. She's gonna be like, oh, Bawana, you just saved my life. And then you become the king. And that's when you say, lick my toes, woman.
Yuck.
Well, no.
I know.
And you know, all you got to do is look at it and go, well, you got one or two choices.
Yeah.
Because I see a bunch of ones along the road that'll be loving to lick my toes. Choice is yours.
Yeah, so talk with your significant other if you have one, and hopefully they're on board. And go from there. But
And just point out that I'm taking back my responsibility. I'm taking back my power. This, oh, everything's free, everything this, oh, somebody's going to take care of you.
no.
Yeah, like the famous words, I'm from government, we're here to help. No, we're here to rape, rob, and pillage and give to everybody else. No, that ain't how it works. I'm sorry, but that's foolish. You know? It's kind of like, you know, teach a man to fish, he'll eat for the rest of his life. If you keep feeding him, all you're doing is as soon as you stop feeding him, he dies. That's just asinine. So, until next time.
Go out and play. Say like and subscribe. Good girl.